Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. That's fantastic.
Hello friends, my name is Vladimir, or short Vladi. I'm a founder of Posthuman Validator. We are the first validator that decentralized governance of the validator, and now we are governed not by small group of the developers, by the huge community of the delegators. So we have DAO with huge amount of sub-DAOs, more than 2,500 addresses participating in the governance, and we are kind of top 5 validator by the amount of the delegators. We have more than 150,000 addresses of the delegators, and this is how social decentralization can bring you a lot of efficiency and success.
What does full decentralization mean in the context of blockchain and Web3, and how does it differ from partial decentralization?
Decentralization is the process, and the full decentralization, this is something that we want to achieve, and to be honest, it's like a horizon. You always, when you come, you understand you can decentralize more and more. So in my case, everything was beginning from the one person who just ran the nodes, and it was 100% of the power was in my hand. I totally controlled the machine. I want to make any decision, and in one moment I understand, okay, it's like just too much for me. I don't want to spend like 36 hours sitting in front of the laptop and maintaining all. So I tell, okay, one more friend, join me. Or you will have a 50% and 50% I will have. You will make a tech part, I will make humanitarian part. Okay, this is already 2%. It's already first step to decentralization. After we meet third person, fourth person, now we are the team of the 16 people. In the one moment we decided, okay, like we have our delegators. Now we are decided the commissions and what we will do. Let's our delegators also will make these decisions, how we can do it all. Let's give them the part of the income in the voting power tokens. They will choose to use this voting power to vote or to sell it as the income, something like a stocks on the validator. Okay, some more people join it. Oh, okay, now the 3% of this validator is mine. So if the income of the validator will grow up, I also will get more. Okay, I also want to be involved. I will do more that validator incomes grow up. More people join, more people feel it, and now my percent of the validator is like kind of 5%, but it's a huge decentralized corporation, and we think, okay, how we can decentralize this part? Okay, we need to decentralize technical part. Now it's not on the one data center, it will be 3 different data centers. Okay, let's run our own data center. After we think, okay, maybe we can update decentralized servers, like using something like Akash or some. So this process will never stop, because this is not about even control. This is how I can liberate myself, because I don't want to be person who just always responsible for everything. Everything is under my control. No, I want to enjoy the life. I want to control as less as it's possible. Everybody will take small part, and we will have a lot of time, but in the same time we will have a good result. So this is just a question how we can make our lives easier. So more you decentralize, more people are responsible, better result, less you do.
How we can stop validators to become whales?
This is very interesting question, because from the one side, better validator do, like better validator contribute, more delegations this validator have from the community. Why the community, common people delegate to validator? Because you create guides for them, because you answering them 2 a.m. they write, oh my God, where is my money? I lose my $150. You just go to click on the 3 dots, change the RPC. Oh my God, you say, I was so in panic. Yes, now I will delegate to this validator, because this validator at 2 a.m. Make less stress for me. Yes, why the projects delegate to validator? Because you contributing for some technical parts, run RPCs, archive nodes, contributing to SDKs. They tell, these people do a lot for us. Of course, delegation for you. So good validator became a whale because they do something. Yes, and how to prevent to be whale. So we see this, if we will decentralize the governance of the validator and decisions of the validator will made not by the small groups of the developers, but by the big decision of the community. So when we vote in the some networks for the some proposals, we don't do it as I want. We tell, please, friends, through the DAO, vote on the proposal how we need to vote on chain. That's why even if this network will be validated by only one validator as we, it's impossible, but okay, if we imagine theoretically, the decisions will not be made by whale. Decisions will be made by the huge community of the small delegators who make this validator whale.
Where do you see the difference between running a company, starting a company, and not becoming a democracy for the greater good?
This is another point. So it means we need to understand Bitcoin have very high level of the technical decentralization, highest, and they don't have social decentralization from one side at all because they don't have tools for the decentralized governance. So it means the Bitcoin decentralization lead to pure impossibility to change something. And we need it in the Bitcoin. We tell this is good, that nobody can't change nothing. And from other side, this is bad because now we are like a hostage of the Bitcoin. So we create the machine that we can't change nothing. So it means like it's just no possibility. From other side, we have delegated proof of stake networks where we have the tools like a governance, decentralized governance, when we can vote on the proposal to have a software updates. That's why Bitcoin is still very low level technological, 10 minutes per transaction, no smart contracts, because no possibility to update it. Do we need decentralization to change nothing? Not really. We want decentralization to have possibility to change something, but not that the small group decided, that the community. And we start to tell about, oh, it will be democracy. Democracy, it's the same as the dictatorship. We don't care, it will be minority, like a dictatorship of minority or dictatorship of the majority. It means if by the democracy 95% will vote yes to kill 5%, you will tell, this is democracy, the most of the people want it. No, of course, and if you in the 5%, you will tell, oh my God, we don't need such democracy. So decentralization, it's not democracy because we have different people and this person don't understand nothing in program code. So don't give the right to vote to this person. We need to make voting power of such person minus. If you don't understand in the program code and we have proposal on the updating of program code, only developers, we tell, we can create multi-voting system where the decisions because of the design made by the designers and developers have minus voting power. Because if you give to developers to vote on proposals by the design, everything will be like GitHub. 2 colors, no pictures. This is the best. I'm a developer, I like this. So, and if it's proposal on code, no designers, because designers don't understand it. This is just a lot of letters.
Really nice. I would just like to ask you this question. Do you think it's needed a KYC system in that particular direction?
I think that KYC, from one side, it's needed for some centralized corporations, but
the knowledge side, let's put it like that.
When we use KYC, we don't really use our own data. We use data that was linked to us by the government. So it means your data, it's when you create your data and you not really create your name, your surname. They just give you document and tell your number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, and
as a fully decentralized guy,
so
as a human being, I love it.
And what? Yeah, and this is your data. You create your username. Yes. You create, this is your data because you create your data. And in this case, we needed to create system of the reputation. We know that this address that's connected to these usernames behave as the good player, don't cheat and play by the rules. And that's why this person have bigger voting power. And this address never do nothing. Why we need to give to this address and to this user right to vote if this user just literally don't participate. So it means it's like a rule of the participation. If you do a lot for everybody, you have bigger voting power. And if you are doing nothing, or moreover, behave harmful, then we will not do your voting rights. Like play by the rules and you will incentivize it. I think that the main difference between what we have in China and this model, that in China you have also punishment. So if you do wrong, you will be punished. If you do, and we don't have the punishment. We have or incentives, rewards, or out of you just will not lose nothing. If you don't play by the rules, you just will not get the reward. So no punishment for you. Why they, and this is first second moment that this system in China is governed by the small centralized group that it's called Communistic Party of the China. And in the questions of the DAOs and sub-DAOs, it's governed by the community of these people who involved. They make the decision by the decentralized way, and they can change this system. So in the questions of the China system, we can't change the level of the punishment or level of the rewards. And in question of the decentralized governance, we can tell, okay, now let's some other parts of the behavior will be incentivized more, some less. Or before we had the system when this is we think is bad behavior, but now we think is good behavior. So we can change these motivations like we make it with the kids. When they behave good way, we incentivize them. We tell, oh, if you will do home job, you will get some rewards. Yes, like I tell to my son, if you will get good marks by mathematics and English, I will buy you more crystals and Roblox. And he say, oh, okay, I want 10,000 Roblox. And he start to learn mathematics to get the Roblox. This is like, and other way, I don't know how to force him to learn mathematics.
Thank you so much, Dustin, do you have
I mean, I can maybe add something.
Not on his son and how to do this, but really
Even
nice
more
point. I do like it. And thank you so much, Paul, to interfere.
No, but I mean, I guess it kind of boils down to like incentives. Like what's the, it's all a game theory question. Like what's the incentive for somebody to act in favor or not in favor of the system? And yeah, it's like if you have these classical like governance structures where the bigger your stake is, the bigger your voting power, the less likely it is that you will act in a malicious way of harming the network. Yep. But I mean, you enter another interesting part when you like start decentralizing DeFi projects that are controlling actually a certain amount of assets. So imagine you have like a governance token that controls some DeFi application, and this DeFi application, let it be Uniswap, for example, that's controlling billions of assets, and your governance token is actually only worth a couple $100 million. Then there's like actually a realistic risk that somebody tries to buy all the available tokens to take over the network and then kind of steal out the assets. So it's a very delicate subject in this regard, I think.
This is very good point, but this is the problem that we have the tokens like the shampoo 2-in-1. Yes, so it means in the same time this is the tokens that we use for the governance, and in the same time it's economical tokens that we are using in DeFi. But what if we will create two different tokens? One, it's the tokens for the governance that's not connected to, that you, for example, can't buy or sell. It's like the just community can vote and tell, let's give the voting power to these people. Yes, like I don't know how to decide, for example, questions about code, so I delegate my voting power to this developer. Developer can't sell it or buy it, yes? And why I will delegate this voting? Because I provide the liquidity. I tell friends, I provide a lot of liquidity. So if I provide a lot of liquidity, I have the right to give the voting power to somebody compared to my liquidity. And in this case, we just need to create another model when we have not the one token for everything, for the economics, for security, for the voting, but token for security, talking for economics, talking for the voting, talking for the gaming, because it means if I'm a governor and I have voting power to make the decisions inside of the country, I can't, I'm a president, let's change the play rules of the football. Now everybody play with the hand. Everybody will tell, hey, you are president, you are at the parliament, but rules of the football can be decided only by the gamers of the football. So, okay, we have multi-governance system when some people who are at the power can't decide some other. Yes, this is how we can achieve full decentralization. It means not the situation when the anarchy and nobody can do nothing. No, it means that we have small groups that make the decisions inside of the small groups. We already have it. It's some scientists. Yes, it can be like a proof of authority. I come to the doctor and I tell, doctor, please tell me how I need to heal myself. I don't heal this is centralization on the doctor. Yes, all the society tell, I will heal myself, not like I want, like doctor tell to me. Oh, okay, and let's fire will stop by the firemen's consensus. Yes, the stopping of the fire, centralize it on the firemen's. You want to stop the fire by yourself? No. Very good. So it means if we all agree that some questions will be decided by small centralized groups, it's also decentralization.
Yeah, definitely. Really good point there. But for people from outside, how we can do this type of user experience to be like faster, better, and not expensive?
I think that Marina, of course, right, we need interoperability, and for this we need different communication protocols. So we understand that the Bitcoin was created by some centralized group as the Satoshi Nakamoto, one person or group of persons, but now it's totally decentralized. All the internet that we know, you know, friends, we always write this HTTPS, // and the guy who created it, he now tells, sorry, friends, I didn't expect it that everybody will use it. So when we was created this hypertext protocol, after this as secure, we was thinking this is just a play games between some small groups. Yes, and now it's everywhere, and we always need to write it. Okay, the browsers make automatically adding it. Yes, but you remember we was writing at first, World Wide Web dot. Now we don't need to do it. Yes, so it means the whole internet very decentralized. You can't shut down internet. Okay, you can shut down some servers of Google or something, but we already was in the period of time when no servers, so we just will move from the Web 1 to Web 2 again, so on, so on. So the Web 3 also will not be made on the one protocol. Yes, when I go to some Amazon and buy something, behind so many protocols, I pay with the card, some delivery bringing me. Yes, so the Web 2 based on a lot of protocols. And Web 3 will be based on a lot of protocols, and the question this protocol provide. So this mass adoption is even not really depends on the decentralization of some social decentralization. This is more about the user interface that I come, I click, and behind a transaction in one blockchain with another, some smart contracts, and this is question of the abstract accounts that my account in Ethereum control account on the Cosmos and can send the transactions and so on. So we will achieve it anyway, just because developers do it, and I think this is just a matter of the time. So then this mass adoption will be, not everybody will understand how the blockchain works. No. Do you know how let's go and make some questions. Do you know how works TCP/IP? And what is TCP/IP? 99% will tell no. We can make a conclusion. People don't know what is internet. Everybody use internet, just nobody know what is TCP/IP. The same is mass adoption of the crypto. Everybody use it, but even don't understand what is hash.
Thank you so much. So let's go further. If there's any questions.
I do have a question. What are the limitations, if any, in your opinion, to instead of tackling this situation at the end point, which is the systems and the protocols that we have, but instead choosing to target it at the user himself? So what I'm asking is, what are the limitations, if any, to tackling it on the user itself? So education.
Yes, this is, I totally agree. Just we need to create the metrics about the knowledges, because I can easily count contributions. I can see like we make so-called so many users of this, and the knowledge is, it's very hard to count. It means like if we will get the good measurement for the knowledge, we can easily create the governance system based on the knowledge. Is just I need to think how to tokenize it.
I do love you guys so much. It was a fantastic session. Unfortunately, we are at the end. I would like a huge round of applause. Let's start with Marina there, please.